The little girl froze when she saw the moving truck parked outside their neighbor's house. She quietly whispered to her father that the lonely woman next door might not have anyone to help her. Just hours later, that same woman would discover the man carrying her heavy boxes every Sunday was the very employee her own company had fired months earlier, and the truth would leave them both standing speechless in the bright afternoon sun. Before this emotional journey begins, if you believe kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances still exist, please like this video, leave a thoughtful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel so our family and our community can continue growing through stories that remind us compassion can change lives. Gavin Mercer had once believed hard work guaranteed stability. For nearly 10 years, he worked as a project coordinator for a respected engineering company, building a reputation for honesty, reliability, and quiet leadership. Then one unexpected round of corporate layoffs changed everything. Despite years of loyal service, his position disappeared after executives decided to reduce costs. Gavin never met the people responsible for the decision. He simply carried a small cardboard box out of the office and drove home wondering how he would provide for his 7-year-old daughter, Claire, after losing his wife 2 years earlier to a sudden illness. The following months tested every ounce of his strength. Gavin accepted temporary construction jobs, repaired fences, painted houses, and delivered furniture whenever work became available. Life became uncertain, but one thing never changed. Every Sunday afternoon belonged to Claire. They baked simple cookies together, visited the local park, and found small ways to help neighbors who needed an extra pair of hands. Gavin often reminded his daughter that kindness should never depend on how much money someone has. One warm Sunday afternoon, a moving truck stopped beside the quiet house next door. A woman in her early 40s stepped out, dressed simply in jeans and a light sweater, struggling to unload heavy boxes by herself. Claire watched from the front yard before gently asking her father whether they should help. Without hesitation, Gavin walked over. The woman introduced herself as Charlotte Bennett. She thanked them warmly but admitted she had underestimated how difficult moving alone would be. Together, Gavin and Claire spent hours carrying furniture, arranging shelves, and cleaning the dusty front porch. Before leaving, Gavin politely refused the money Charlotte offered, explaining that neighbors should help one another because it was the right thing to do. That became the beginning of an unexpected tradition. Every Sunday afternoon, Gavin and Claire found another excuse to help. Sometimes they trimmed overgrown hedges. Other weekends they repaired a leaking gate, planted flowers, cleaned gutters, or assembled furniture. Charlotte always tried to repay them with money, and Gavin always declined. Instead, they accepted homemade lemonade, sandwiches, and long conversations on the front porch while Claire laughed nearby chasing butterflies. Charlotte admired the quiet dignity Gavin carried despite obvious financial struggles. She noticed his old pickup truck, his carefully repaired work boots, and the way he always checked his phone around lunchtime to see if another temporary job had become available. Yet he never complained. What Gavin didn't know was that Charlotte wasn't simply a neighbor beginning a quieter life. She was the recently appointed chief executive officer of the very engineering company that had eliminated his position months earlier. Unlike previous executives, Charlotte had inherited a company already burdened by unpopular restructuring decisions made before she accepted the role. She had spent months reviewing financial reports without knowing the real human stories hidden behind employee numbers. One bright Sunday afternoon, while organizing old documents in preparation for an executive meeting, Charlotte noticed a familiar name inside a layoff report. Gavin Mercer. Her heart sank. She stared at the address listed beneath his file. It matched the house next door. Unable to believe the coincidence, she carefully reviewed his employment history. Every performance review praised his professionalism. The man who had spent months helping her without expecting anything in return was someone her company had discarded without ever appreciating his character. The following Sunday, she invited Gavin and Claire for lunch in her backyard. After the meal, Charlotte gently shared the truth about her position. For a long moment, silence filled the garden. Claire looked from one adult to the other without fully understanding. Gavin felt surprised but not angry. He admitted losing his job had been one of the hardest moments of his life. There had been nights when he feared losing the family home and mornings when he questioned whether years of loyalty had mattered at all. Still, he explained that he never blamed individuals he had never met. Carrying bitterness would only have stolen precious time from his daughter. Charlotte's eyes filled with tears. She confessed she had expected resentment. Instead, she found grace. Determined to understand what had truly happened, Charlotte launched a complete review of the company's previous restructuring decisions. The investigation revealed that dozens of experienced employees had been dismissed while expensive consulting contracts continued unchanged. The layoffs had saved far less money than executives originally claimed while costing the company years of knowledge and trust. Charlotte immediately began rebuilding the organization. Former employees with strong records were invited back. Family-friendly policies replaced unrealistic workloads. Managers received leadership training focused on respect instead of fear. A few weeks later, Charlotte personally visited Gavin's home with an official offer. The company wanted him to return as Director of Project Operations, restoring his seniority, increasing his salary, and giving him responsibility for mentoring younger employees. Gavin thanked her sincerely but asked for one day to think. That evening he sat with Claire beneath the old oak tree in their backyard. Claire quietly reminded her father that he always taught her people deserve second chances when they genuinely try to make things right. Her simple words carried more wisdom than any business meeting. The next afternoon, Gavin accepted the offer. His first day back felt different. Instead of returning with pride or revenge, he returned with compassion. He remembered how uncertain unemployment had felt, so he treated every employee with patience. Whenever someone made an honest mistake, he chose guidance over criticism. Charlotte also changed. She spent less time reading spreadsheets and more time visiting departments, listening to employees, and learning their names. She understood that successful companies were built by people, not numbers. Months passed. The business grew stronger than ever. Employee satisfaction reached record levels. Productivity increased. Turnover declined. Visitors often wondered why the workplace felt unusually welcoming. The answer was simple. Its leaders had learned empathy through personal pain. One beautiful Sunday afternoon, the neighborhood gathered for a community picnic in the local park. Families spread blankets beneath tall trees while children played together in the sunshine. Charlotte watched Gavin helping an elderly neighbor repair a broken picnic table before joining Claire in a game of catch. He hadn't changed after receiving his career back. He remained exactly the same man who quietly carried heavy boxes for a lonely stranger simply because kindness came naturally to him. Charlotte smiled as she realized true leadership isn't proven inside boardrooms. It is revealed by how people treat others when nobody expects anything in return. Before this story reaches its heartfelt conclusion, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a meaningful comment telling us whether you believe forgiveness is stronger than resentment, or share a time when someone showed you unexpected kindness during a difficult season of life. As another sunny Sunday came to a peaceful close, Gavin looked at Claire laughing beside friends and understood that losing his job had never truly taken away his greatest strength. His character had remained untouched. Charlotte discovered that the most valuable asset any company can ever possess isn't technology, buildings, or profits, it's people whose integrity cannot be measured on a balance sheet. Together they proved that one simple act of kindness, repeated week after week without expecting recognition, can heal wounds that money alone never could. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. May we all remember that the greatest opportunities often arrive disguised as ordinary chances to help another human being.